Ladies and gentlemen, step right up and watch us make this money disappear. And boy, are we good at that. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Football Clowns Anonymous. This is a podcast run by and for NFL football fans. Our goal here is to create a fan community for those who enjoy often questionable takes, analysis, and predictions surrounding all things NFL. Our show is coming to you on YouTube and Spotify. Hope you'll drop us a review. Contact us, footballclownsanonymous@gmail.com. And by us, of course, I mean myself, Ren Smith. You can call me the Scholar. And my co-host, joining us from Buffalo, New York, you can call him the Oracle, or otherwise known as Kurtis Pinkney. Kurtis.
Oh, what's the last feat? Oh, that's you still?
Hey, that can be you. I was going to ask you. How was your last week of football? We can trade off. I got things to say. I'm sure you do too.
It was good, man. It was relaxing. I went over to my aunt's house, hung out with my brother for a little bit, watched the Bills just murder the Jets.
Decimation.
Bro, disrespect. Just play at half speed for 4 quarters and just cruise the whole game. Like
win by a billion.
Justin Fields reverted back into a pumpkin, bro. Like, I don't know what the fuck that was. Like, not a great showing from him at all.
No, especially not after the week 1 showing against the Steelers, where you're suddenly like, wait, is this team maybe good?
Yeah. So, I mean, that was cool. And then the Eagles taking down the Chiefs right after that was pretty sweet.
No Super Bowl revenge for Patrick Mahomes.
No, sir. The Sunday night game. What happened there? What was going?
Sunday night game was a cataclysmic implosion by my hometown football team, the Minnesota Vikings. We have some offensive line injuries. JJ McCarthy, coming off a short week, primetime game, comes home, plays another primetime game. Just had a baby, like within the last few days before that game.
Looks like he's about to get some time with that baby.
I was going to say, he gets some paternity leave now, built in 2 to 4 weeks with a hypothetical, potentially fake ankle injury. I'm joking, of course. It's probably a real ankle injury. But if he's not 100%, with what you saw against the Falcons, like, why would you stick him back out there and let him get his doors blown off again?
Yeah.
It's sad. I mean, to me, it's really sad. If you were a Falcons backer or you had the Falcons, on your betting slips, you were feeling pretty good about that. But it's sad after a glorious quarter to come back against Caleb Williams and the Bears. We just shit the bed for 4 straight quarters. That was really hard to watch, just on so many levels.
I think maybe there was a little bit of an overreaction to 1 quarter of good football.
Yep, the honeymoon phase is over already.
Yeah,
and pressure's back on. It's funny.
And be remiss if we didn't talk about your boy Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones is exactly.
He's on IR.
Luckily, Jordan Mason has looked pretty good in as the 1-2 punch. I think that was a good acquisition. So I think we'll be okay. I'm less worried about the injury at the running back position and more worried about just the general outlook of the quarterback position, especially when you win 14 games with Sam Darnold at quarterback, and then you bring in somebody who theoretically is supposed to be better than Sam Darnold. And again, honeymoon phase is over quick. So we'll see. It's a battle of the backups next week. We'll get to next week. We'll get to week 3 when we get there, but it was a pretty tough one to watch. But if you were listening in, you'll know that the Scholar, all 3 of the teaser legs that the Scholar gave you last week on last week's episode, all 3 of those came through. So I cashed a nice 3-leg 6-point teaser on I already forgot who it was. I know I hit them all though. The Patriots up to 7.5, the Chiefs up to 7.5, and the Bucks up to 8.5.
Well done, sir.
2 of those won outright, and the Chiefs actually was closer than it probably should have been because they had that long bomb at the end to get it to a field goal. Otherwise, I wouldn't have covered that. But hey, we're at least every now and then we're coming up with some gems for all of you to bet on.
That's right.
To hold your sportsbook accounts down.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those people. Did not provide one of those gems last week. I went with a really grimy parlay. The Oracle did at Saints money line against the Niners, and I'm gonna be honest, that was close for a sec. I was like,
didn't look horrible for a little bit there.
I was like, don't let this hit. But even if that did hit, I apologize, Lamar Jackson, Baltimore Ravens, Derrick Henry, the entire organization for ever disrespecting y'all like that. That was my bad. That was a mistake. I did not mean to personally offend y'all like that. they beat the dog shit out of the Browns, and that plus 12.5 did not stand a chance.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think you should have to apologize for taking 12 and a
No,
half points against a
it felt right.
franchise.
It felt right. But I
It
can
should
tell
have
you
been
this:
right.
I'm not taking that 12.5 for the fucking Dolphins. I'm not doing that.
I bet you're not.
No, sir. Not in
But
Buffalo on Thursday night with Tua about to get exposed in front of the whole Mike McDaniels in front of the whole world. Oh
he
my
could
God.
he could get fired after 3 weeks.
He might
get fired.
Bro, some of the clips from his interviews at the podium, he's not looking like a mentally well dude. Like it looks like he's just not having fun right now.
And how much do you think that can translate to the rest of the players can feel that energy right now, especially, going into that game against a high-flying Bills team?
Bro, think about, like, I don't like to judge a book by its cover, but Mike McDaniels is not a very, like, imposing fellow. You know what I'm saying?
No, not at all.
He is being expected to lead 53 alpha males.
Big dudes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
picture me being the head coach of a football team. Like,
yeah,
who could take me seriously?
Bro, and when you're not winning, I feel like this, like, you kind of could feel this day was coming at some point. Like, once the magic wore out, like, the goofy, fucking fun-loving, quick-witted, coach, you know what I'm saying? This shit was not gonna, like...
A day of reckoning, shall we say.
Yeah, like, it's like Bernie Sanders coaching a football team, bro. Just too far to the left, dog. Just too far. Just a little too far, bro.
We don't do politics on this show, but we'll let that one. We'll let that one. No, but we'll let that one slide. That was fun. It was funny. It was funny. Yeah. I have to grieve about something, Kurtis. You know what this is.
Bro,
you know what this is.
I was just pulling it up to verify.
Bro, I went into Monday Night Football with like a 1 point lead. I had TJ Hawkinson and I'm playing against Drake London. Now, that should not be close. Drake London should blow the doors off of TJ Hawkinson. But through 3.75 quarters of this game, Drake London was in the negative, and TJ Hawkinson had no catches. And so I'm sitting here starting to believe. All of a sudden, Drake London gets 2 glorious catches, and my opponent, Allie, takes the lead by 1.3, and all hope is lost until the garbage time drive. J.J. McCarthy gets the ball, throws the ball to T.J. Hawkinson, who gets tackled for a 14-yard gain, and they mark it as
12.
a 12-yard gain. Nope,
yeah.
That was 14 yards. I saw it live. The officials didn't care. They were already making their dinner plans with their buddies in Minneapolis, and they didn't care, and they spotted the ball at 12 yards, and I lost by 0.1 points. I believe I was the third highest scorer in this league, and I happened to play the second place scorer. I lost by 0.1. My team is full of only dogs. I deserve better than this. I deserve a matchup against the likes of you with Mr. 91 or whatever you had. Oh my gosh, just disgusting.
Yeah,
I digress.
That's a lot of pain right there, sir. Yeah, my team in that league, par for the course. Not looking great to start the season.
I was just going to say that.
Cannot catch a fucking break in this league. I don't understand it.
It's crazy because it's a redraft league. How does this same exact thing happen year in and year out, where you say I draft like shit and my team is full of just gems, and yours is not good? But it's funny because, like, you draft in other leagues and you have great teams. Can you want to speculate on how this happens?
I don't know, but also benching Ramondre Stevenson really hurt. I would have won the week if I didn't do that.
Oh, in fairness, in my dynasty league, I didn't need it, but I did do that too.
After week 1, you couldn't. Like, there's just, like, you can't go back to the well with that, bro.
I know. And Sleeper's like, he's a must-start option in against the Steelers this week, and I'm like, is he? Which Ramondre Travion dynamic are we going to get in week 3 after 2 weeks?
I think what swung things in his favor was just an intangible. Travion Henderson had like 3 holding penalties or something throughout that game. Like, you can't fuck the team like that, bro. Like,
can't trust him.
Caleb Johnson's about to go to the fucking second place. Like after that kickoff return debacle, like
Gosh.
we will never see him again, bro. Like Mike Tomlin's locking him in a basement. He's just gone, dog. Like he's out of here.
I know. I got Jalen Warren in a dynasty league, so I can't say I was
Hey,
too
bro,
upset to see that. But
wheels up, bro. Like wheels
oh
up.
man. Oh man, that's fun. All right, so let's I mean, I think we've already kind of recapped last week a little bit. We can hit on a couple more things if we want to, but just a couple high level
No,
items here for housekeeping. We sucked on our picks last week, on our joint
trash.
picks. We went 1-4. So we're now 4-6 on the season. We had a good week 1, not a good week 2.
No,
Just
the
we'll
one
be
win we
honest. You
had.
know what? We're clowns, transparent.
Yeah. The one win that we had, the Packers pick, I did not place that bet.
You are a certified goofball, sir. That's tough.
I went 0-4, sir.
You went 0-4. The Packers felt like the Packers felt pretty safe to me. I mean, in
Bro,
fairness,
that defense.
I know it's hard because I'm low on the Commanders this year, and so it was really hard to not just listen to that, whatever that hunch was whispering in my ear, kind of seductively. We have a Football Clowns Anonymous pick'em. I think it's probably too late for anyone who's listening to join because we're
locked in, bro.
leaving everyone in the dust at this point.
We're
However,
locked in, bro.
I would like to congratulate my boy Gabe Madsen on taking the week 2 crown. I have to what? Oh, you're trying to flex over there because you're up there. Hey, we're you don't get a pay. There's 2 payouts in this league.
What's up, bro?
This is a bit much. This is a bit much right now, sir. I'm trying to.
Who's top dog? Hey, who's top dog right now, dog?
You are way too proud of yourself, sir.
There's a name.
I'm over here trying to gain a listener. I'm over here trying to gain a listener through.
There's somebody with the rank of 1. His name is the Oracle.
There are 2 payouts. There are 2 payouts this year. Who wins the season and who wins the weeks? We're calling out the season winner at the end of the season. Yes, you are leading right now. Good job, Kurtis. You want a gold star?
Oh, bro.
All right. Congrats to Gabe. Good work, sir. Thanks for joining in, and let's see if you can keep that energy rolling. Myself, on the other hand, I suck horribly. I'm getting too cute with upsets.
I wasn't even gonna bring it up. I was just gonna let it slide.
We call ourselves clowns. We gotta own up to it. I am acting an absolute donkey right now. It's bad for the brand.
It's bad for our credibility.
Football Experts Anonymous is not the name of our podcast, sir. I'm just throwing that out there. I have picked. You know what's crazy? What's crazy is that there's just not been a big upset yet in the NFL, really. Like a big upset. There have been a couple of someone was favored by 2.5 and they lost the game. There's not been a crazy, and I've been picking them. That's the problem. I've been picking them to happen, and they're not happening. So this week, I would like to just throw out there ahead of time. I told you this already, Kurtis. I only have one completely out of pocket upset this week. It will probably not hit, but I'm trying to learn my lesson. Pick your battles, play it safe. That's what everybody else is doing.
Well, yeah. I mean, I mentioned last week, like seeing all those upsets on the board from the scholar. It felt weird, bro. Like there was a disturbance in the force. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't like what was going on. I'm glad to have my old pal back. You know what I'm saying?
We can't just go chalk though either, like that, because that's not how it actually happens. So it's a difficult balance. So a couple other things to maybe touch on from last week. I know we talked about how Bills and Ravens was going to be the game of the year, and it still is after 2 weeks. I would say we got a couple of other pretty darn good games to not pass that, but at least rival that. Gave me a little bit of hope that week 2 wasn't just blowouts. Giants and Cowboys, surprisingly great game.
Great game.
And goes down to the buzzer in overtime. Aubrey hits a 60-yarder to force overtime or whatever it was. So kudos to both of those teams. Yeah. So that was exciting.
Goat Wilson, a vintage Goat Wilson performance.
We just go back.
He was just airing that bitch out, bro. Like he was going crazy.
Concerns for both of these defenses going forward, potentially, as we look forward onto the slate, would be the one comment that I have.
Yeah, the Giants' defense is not looking like I thought it might look. It's not great. I don't think we're going to be seeing this version of Russ every week, but I would like to. It's a lot of fun.
It was fun to see the duel, for sure.
I mean, the Cowboys defense, I think we knew going into the season it was going to be a little questionable, so that par for the course there. I think you're welcome again for getting Dak on your squad, even though I will admit Justin Herbert's been balling out of control these past couple weeks, bro.
He absolutely has been. He looks like a guy that I would want on my team. In fairness, Jalen Warren was part of that trade. Blake Corum had some signs of life last week. These guys were all part of that trade. So
Yep.
there's a world where
And
I'm
if you
picking
look
up
at
some
their
pieces and still getting a very fantasy relevant quarterback.
I was gonna say, and if you look at their fantasy points, I would bet they're pretty close, at least for the first couple of weeks, anyway.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
Another good game that actually no, it was a great game. Colts and Broncos, which
yeah,
we can talk about the very ending of that game where how do you get a 15-yard penalty on a 60-yard field goal? Like
yeah,
they should have won that game. We're talking about me being bad at picks. I had the Broncos. That hurts so
yeah,
much.
yeah. I took the Colts. I actually had them in a three-legger. I had a premonition that morning. I took Bengals money line, Colts money line, and Eagles money line. Got a lot of help on that one. Bengals eked out a win. Burrow out for 3 months. Not
Without
great.
their quarterback.
Not great. Yeah. Yeah. I of course picked the Bengals to win that division. Hee-haw. Back to the Broncos, bro. You can't do that. You can't. You had the game by the balls, bro. Like you had it.
It reminds me,
And
actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it reminds me of when they had the game against the Chiefs too, and all they had to do was get the damn kick
yes,
off the ground, and it got blocked
yes,
at Arrowhead.
100%.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
yes, bro. Like this can't happen, bro. Like this. These are the moments that you're gonna look back on and realize that's why the Chargers won the division. Crazy,
I
bro. You can't do
I
it.
love hearing that because I have relatively, by my standards, large bets on the Chargers and Broncos both to win the
Yeah, you do.
division, and the
Yeah, you
Chiefs
do.
are 0-2 right now. They were the odds-on favorite, so yeah. And you've got a couple of blowouts to maybe touch on here before we move on.
I mean, we kind of spoke on it a little bit earlier. Detroit beat the dog shit out of the Bears. Like Dan Campbell said, Ben who? Bro, that was very, very much a statement game, bro. And I am fucking here for it. That was great to watch. Ravens took out some, frustrations on the Browns. We already touched on that. Baker motherfucking Mayfield, bro. I fucking love that guy. The play where he took off on a run and got injured, and then some dude was like standing over him, and like Baker was like, face to the turf. I'm hurt, coach. And then he just popped up and just got in this man's face, started talking shit, bro, as if nothing was wrong. I fucking love this guy, bro. And then they cut to him on the bench, after the conversation was done, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot, my life sucks." But just the energy that this man gets from just talking shit is, I aspire to, like, that's my muse, bro. Like that's my superhero. I fucking love Baker Mayfield. That guy, bro. Like, how could you not? On 4th and 10, this boy takes off running, gets a 15-yard gain, bro. Come on, bro.
That's the ball game too.
He put
Oh
the
my
game
gosh.
away by himself, bro. He said, "You know what? I got some shoulders, bro."
The
I'm
number of
strong.
the number of games that he has just single-handedly willed his entire team to
Bro,
victory is it's incredible. He's a leader, and
he's that
the
guy,
team the
bro.
team
Like,
rallies around him. It's been amazing. It's been really amazing to watch.
I
I love it.
think by the end of the season, I don't know if this is spicy or not, but like we got to be talking about him in the same breath as like some of the other elite quarterbacks. Like he's doing more to elevate his team than 66%, 67% of the league, bro. He's got to be in the top third for sure, right? And like I don't think you get too far down on that list where you're like, I might want, like, would you prefer to have Baker Mayfield on your team or Dak Prescott?
Oh my gosh. I'm right now Baker.
I
Gun to my head current day right now it's Baker.
Bro, like Justin Herbert or Baker Mayfield.
That one's tough. I might still take Herbert because I think
I think
raw
I
skill
think I
he's
probably
better.
would too.
Raw
Yeah.
skill I think yeah,
I think,
Herbert yeah, but
but those are
I
the
know, I
questions
get
you're
it
starting
though.
to, like, it's just, yeah, that boy, dog.
Yeah, what he was drafted to be back in the day, and then obviously didn't work out for his career with the Browns, and he just
Yeah.
needed to find his spot.
Yeah.
He's there. I said
And
it at the beginning of the year. I call myself a clown for last week's predictions. I said at the beginning of the year, though, to go the other way.
You did.
Bucks
You
are
told
winning
me.
12 or 13 games this year.
You told
Tell
me.
me I'm
You
wrong. Tell
told
me
me.
I'm wrong.
You
They
tried
got
to
the
tell me.
they got the
You
Jets
tried to
this
tell
week.
me.
They got the Jets
Yeah.
this week.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not saying, but I'm just saying. That's all.
Speaking of the Jets, I think it's time to move on to our favorite segment of the episode.
This is absolutely our favorite segment.
The
You
clown
want
of the week.
go ahead, sir. Your segue was perfect. We're naming it. We're each naming our clown of the week from week 2. Go on, sir. What? You said it was the Jets. I'm so confused. All right, do tell.
The
This will be
might
good.
be like a default clown. I don't know. The NFL. Fuck you guys, bro. From everybody on the East Coast. Fuck you guys for putting a goddamn Monday Night Football game at 10 p.m. Eastern. Absolutely unacceptable, bro. Like, we got kids, bro. We got jobs and shit. Like, 10 p.m. Eastern for the start of the Chargers and Raiders, a divisional football game. That might have actually been kind of entertaining. It from what I saw, it wasn't. I watched the first quarter and a half. It wasn't that great, but it could have been. Fuck you guys, bro. Clown of the week, NFL schedule makers. That was disrespectful. Just on like, why? Why do you do that? What's the reason for that?
I don't know what the reason is, but they've started to do some of these Monday night doubleheaders, and I don't think this is the last one. And
but they started the second game earlier though. Like they would.
They used to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was like, but you can make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Starting at 10 p.m. on a school night. Come on, dog. Do less.
I would say it's pretty unacceptable. It's bad if I'm in Mountain Time and I still did not watch the fourth quarter because
that's what I'm saying.
Previously mentioned, we all have kids, and the alarm clock goes off. The alarm clock goes off at the same time, whether I go to sleep early or late or whatever. So
and that time is very early. Always.
It is always early. So my clown of the week we've already touched on. I don't know if I can recreate the same amount of fire, but I'm going to do my best. This is the first time I've ever given the clown of the week, I believe, to my own home franchise, Minnesota Vikings. You all had Kirk Cousins on your team. You got rid of him. You had Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold on your roster. And you said, No, we believe in this guy. We believe in J.J. McCarthy. Is it too early for me to say that he's a waste or that he's bad? Yes, it is. Absolutely. But you put too many eggs in this basket for you to be putting up 2 field goals of total scoring at home against not an elite football team. That is completely unacceptable. You should be ready to hit the ground running this year. You are wasting Justin Jefferson in his prime. And the wheels are going to fall off here, I think, pretty quick if you can't figure something out. This is absolutely ridiculous, unacceptable. Your whole fan base, literally your home stadium, forced the Falcons from a touchdown into a field goal. Like, we talk about Seattle having the 12th man. That was the crowd that saved a touchdown on the first drive. How do you not go from a glorious comeback win against the Bears, a road division game, you come home, your fans are behind you, and then J.J. McCarthy gets the ball. And from there on out, you were ass the entire game.
Bro,
you were a 14-win team last year. How are you not at least comparable? You look like the worst team in the NFL yesterday. Minnesota Vikings, clown of the week.
Bro, the statement that you made that you could have had Daniel Jones or Sam Darnold is a wild claim to make. But also for it to be like that actually might be like a better situation? Question mark? Because bro, JJ McCarthy already sat out his first year. He's already short on reps, and now he's out 2 to 4 weeks. In the year that he's coming back from the ankle, he's still a rookie with no reps.
Mm-hmm.
Bro,
and we've got and you're also kind of, I mean, with the 14 wins last year, you're kind of you're trying to be in win now mode a little bit,
bro,
right?
The pieces around him, kind of nice.
Yep.
Defense, kind of nice. Receivers, kind of nice.
Pretty nice. Especially when Addison comes back.
Bro, I got him stashed in a couple leagues, bro. I'm ready to go.
You should. There's no excuse for wasting JJ like this, and I'm going to be Justin Jefferson, excuse me. There's no excuse for wasting Justin Jefferson's career. like
It's
this. And I'm concerned that
it's
if it's a
crime.
down year and we win 5, 6, 7 games or something like that, he might want out. He's going to want a
Yeah,
Super Bowl. He's going to want a Super
I
Bowl before he retires. I get it.
I'm gonna feel bad for Vikings fans if that happens. I really would. Like I would send you like a care package, bro. I like
I would appreciate that. Send me a,
I promise you, if Justin Jefferson forces his way out of Minnesota, I will not talk any shit on you. I promise you that, sir.
that's a that's a
Just
that's a
that
very big statement, but I
bro,
like it.
that it is just like I can imagine like the franchise, bro. The fan, like you. Oh man, yeah, I couldn't even imagine.
If JJ McCarthy is a dud, we are in the dark ages immediately. That's the reality of it. You put all your eggs in this basket.
Yeah, we did.
Go back 2 years and look at the moves. We have put all our eggs in this basket to drafting a quarterback 10 overall,
Yeah,
and you think he's your guy. So anyway, my own sort of lamenting and sadness aside, and we're already 25 minutes in here, but we've got a full slate of NFL Week 3 games to pick through. So
I
I
mean,
think we can get through these in a reasonable amount of time,
yeah,
anyways. But
yeah. Listen, I mean, shit. Speaking of putting all your eggs in a basket, Miami Dolphins traveling to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Put all their eggs in the McDaniel's Hill Waddle Tua basket. Just
how's that going for you?
invest in a bunch of speed and it'll work out, right? Vegas has the Bills favored by 12.5. I don't think we're surprised by that. Over under of 49.5. We both have the Bills beating up on the Dolphins. I've got them 34-17. You've got 38-20. We can't take that 12.5. I can't do it. I
That
can't do it. I can't
I'm
do it.
by the
You
rules.
gotta highlight it.
By the rules, I'm highlighting it. You don't have to.
I'm,
You know
I'm,
what? You don't have to bet it if you don't want to. But it is an official Football Clowns Anonymous play. Bills minus 12.5. They should. We just talked about that quarter or the what is it? The coaching room and the hot seat that
yeah,
McDaniel's is on, and
yeah.
how much is the team kind of feeling a little bit uneasy and unsteady about that.
I wonder what
Tyreek's
the
in some
odds
hot
are
water.
of
Like,
I wonder what the odds are of him getting fired after this game.
good
Like, I
question.
think you could place that bet somewhere.
There is I don't know what it is like now, but there is a first coach fired market. And my guess
Yeah,
is that he's now the favorite to be first coach fired,
yeah.
probably.
I think
It's
that's a
not,
pretty solid bet.
yeah. So, go ahead. But it's one of those things that at the beginning of the year would have been the time to place it when he was probably plus 4 or 500. Now he's probably minus
Yeah,
300.
yeah. So I think this is a pretty clear indication of how we feel this game is going to go. We're talking about one team with the coach getting fired, and the other team has Josh Allen.
What,
On
what more do you have to say?
on to the
Or
next game that should be significantly more
I,
interesting
I
to
actually
to watch.
I have one last little remark, and it's very quick on the last game, the Dolphins and Bills. We went to that game last year.
Yeah, we
Fast
did.
forward and think about how different was our tone last year going into it. Like, man, this should be a great game, and it
It
was.
should be a good ass game, and it was a good ass game.
I know.
This game,
And
I wouldn't pay to go watch this game.
you have the option to do that, but I also
I
agree with
do.
you. I absolutely
Yeah,
wouldn't.
I'm
All
not
right.
doing that shit.
Next
Yeah.
game is the Battle of the Backups. The Cincinnati Bengals are traveling to Minnesota to face, or sorry, Jake Browning and the Cincinnati Bengals are traveling to face Carson Wentz and the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings are favored by 3 points in this game, which I find hysterical, and the over/under is 42.5. And we both have the Bengals winning in an upset, so therefore we are going to be official play on the Bengals +3. This is mispriced to me. The Vikings should not be favored in this game. Carson Wentz
No.
has not been on the team for that long, and you've got a lot of vibes of the wheels kind of falling off. On the other hand, Jake Browning came in cold and beat the Jaguars, which you could argue that the Vikings are better than the Jaguars. I don't
Mhm.
really see your point after last week, but um, you know, I don't think there's any reason why on our beat up offensive line that the Bengals can't do more in this game with a backup that's been in place for longer on their team.
Yeah, the one thing that does give me pause is Minnesota's defense is for real. That Bengals offensive line is why Joe Burrow is not going to play again for the rest of the season. Like, that's not great for a backup quarterback to be thrown into, but, I suspect Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Chase Brown will be more than enough to make up for some of that deficiency. Um, I other than that, I agree with all your points. I mean, that's what we're betting on here. Like Carson Wentz, he did okay with the Rams when he was over there, but I mean, there's a reason he's now with the Vikings, right? Like, he's okay. Had the one great magical season, but yeah, I just that Bengals offense, I think it just be able to put a little bit more points on the board.
They should. And I mean, yeah, we'll see what the vibes are in the Vikings locker room and everything after the last week too. So maybe the vibes aren't super great. So
yeah. Moving on to the next game, we've got Pittsburgh traveling to New England to take on the Patriots. Pittsburgh is favored by 1.5, over under of 44.5. And we both have the Patriots winning. I've got it 24-17, wishy-washy with 24-23. I'm not mad at it. I went back and forth on this game a lot. It feels very coin flippy to me. I give the slight edge to the Patriots because I need over 8.5. And this has got to be one of them.
This has got to be a win. The Steelers lost. So now you go back and you look. This is one of those difficult situations in week 3 where you're not basing anything off of last year anymore. Now you have 2 data points for this year, and so you're starting to do the transitive property A to B, B to C, and therefore A to C. Let me go down one of those rabbit holes real quick. The Steelers almost lost to the Jets in week 1, and the Jets looked like dog shit last week. So the Steelers, therefore, are probably not very good. Now, on the other hand, the Patriots have lost to the Raiders in week 1, and they may not be very good either. So that's what makes this game a difficult coin flip. I gave the edge to the home team, is basically all that I did here. But I think that this will end up being a close game with potentially a lot of failure in it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Aaron Rodgers didn't look great in week 2. It's possible, the joints are a little sore. You know what I'm saying? He's getting up there. We'll see. Steelers defense is not performing as your typical Steelers defense might. I don't know. It should be interesting.
And this I would say also too. This game struck me right away as a good teaser leg, and then I realized I think that it's either team could win this game. So taking the Patriots up to 7.5 seems enticing, but it also feels like one of those where, although either team could win this game, one of these teams might end up making some bonehead error like Caleb Johnson did last week, and someone wins by 13 or 3 holding calls by Travion. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I wouldn't shock me.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyway, Scholar Bet is still coming. So stay tuned for that. Next game, very interesting. Suddenly, Indiana Jones and the Colts travel to Tennessee, division matchup to take on Cam Ward and the Tennessee Titans. The Titans are getting 3.5 points at home. Over under is 43.5, and we both have the Colts. I just want to throw out there, I have a closer game here because I think the Titans are going to be hungry for a win here at some point. And Colts might have a little bit of a slight downgrade, let down after the crazy finish that they had in Denver and riding that emotional high. However, last week, I did promise if the Colts beat the Broncos that I would put a little bit of respect on Daniel Jones. Unfortunately, I am here to put a little bit of respect on Daniel Jones. How can you not at this point? He's playing awesome, and we got to check your ego at the door. We said this team could be a disaster this year. We were wrong.
Daniel Jones is going through quite the rebranding campaign at the moment. That boy is a fucking dog until further notice. It's Daniel Goat Jones until further notice. The Colts are going to be a problem all year? Honestly, what we haven't touched on, Jonathan Taylor, bro. Looking like RB1 in fantasy, Jonathan Taylor, all over again. And I got to tell you, it feels so good in the big money league, of course. I love it.
Do you happen to know in the league that you run who owns Jonathan Taylor? I'm just curious if you know.
I don't. I have any clue who has.
It's me. It's your boy. It's your boy, and I feel very good about it. And and I own RB2, RB3, whatever, Javonte Williams somehow. Yeah. What a steal! Oh man, what a steal! Anyway, sorry, I'm not here to gloat. We're talking about week 3, but yes, that's a good pick though in your money league. Yeah. That's a good pick to have.
Yeah, I mean, to your Titans are hungry. Like I don't subscribe to those types of feelings. The Titans have not shown an ability to put points on the board, and until they show that ability, I am not going to forecast them to put points on the board. The Colts have shut down 2 offenses that we expected to be. Well, I guess I didn't really shut down the Broncos, but they've shown an ability to prevent teams from scoring, at least in terms of the Dolphins. The Calvin Ridley's not really showing much. Tony Pollard's been okay, but I don't know. And maybe there's some divisional nonsense that goes on that I'm not properly accounting for. But again, until the Titans show it, I don't see any reason to forecast it.
I get it. The Titans did put up 16 points against the Rams last week in the first half, however. So, they've shown a couple of miniature signs of life. So I'm going with divisional chaos here and keeping it a close game, but I will not. This is one of those that I. This is one of those.
What did they put up in the second half?
It was probably 0.
3, but
was it
close
3?
enough.
Okay, I didn't remember the final, but yeah, I understand that the Rams made adjustments and kicked their ass.
Yeah,
however,
it was a lot to a little. Yeah, yeah.
I was only talking about the first half. I'm just saying there's been little flickers here and there. They took the opening drive for points in Denver at Mile High against that crowd. I'm just saying.
Even Lions like to play with their food every once in a while, bro. You just, it happens sometimes.
As they get mollywopped by the Packers. Yeah. Speaking of divisional chaos, here's another divisional chaos potential for you. Houston Texans. Or wait, no, this is yours. I'm sorry. You can introduce this one. I'll go. Houston Texans are traveling to Jacksonville, Duval, to take on the Jaguars. The Jaguars are favored at home by 1.5. Point total is 44.5. And we both have the Jacksonville Jaguars. We have picked every money line the same this week, which is a death sentence for us. It's an absolute death sentence. But anyway, I've got the Jags winning 24-20. Kurtis has the Jags winning 28-19. So we more or less have the same game here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any big picture thoughts here? The Jags did not close down a backup quarterback against the Bengals, so you have to kind of wonder what the heck they're doing. But at the same time, Houston hasn't really shown it yet this year.
No, it's a similar argument, man. I mean, the Texans, I'm trying to remember what they put up week 1. Obviously this week against the Buccaneers, they only put up 19 points. Week 1, they only put up 9 points. The offense is not looking sharp right now.
No, they're absolutely not.
I'm not necessarily saying that Jacksonville has a great defense, but it's another team right now. You guys gotta show me something. This is a team that had higher aspirations than what they've put on film, I'm guessing, up to this point. So Jacksonville's offense has shown it can put up a good amount of points. So it's just kind of a vibes feeling at the moment. I picked the Jaguars to win the division, so it's kind of another one where I go with my picks. But yeah, vibes not great in Houston right now.
I think this is one of the last weeks that you can kind of still ride with. I'm still doing it too a little bit. Still ride with that preconceived preseason notion. I'm still doing it with the Steelers. I'll admit.
Got to.
It's hard to undo that wiring. It's rewiring. I'm doing my best to rewire myself with the Colts. But the Jags should be good the Jags are supposed to be good this year, but to me, it's neither one of these teams has shown it. So I'm just going with the home team and in a division game.
Sure.
Pretty much as simple as that.
Yeah. Another division game. Atlanta, Carolina. Atlanta favored by 5.5. Over under 43.5. And I am going to go with a little bit of an upset here. 21-20.
This is an upset.
Panthers.
This is an upset.
27-24 Falcons for Ren. I don't have any good explanation for this. This is very much a all feelings, no facts pick. Because I've made the argument that, such and such team has not shown it, blah, 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 such and such team hasn't shown it. Panthers really haven't shown all that much. I mean, they made it interesting last week against, who they played last
Cardinals.
week? Cardinals, yeah. They made it interesting at the end of the game. This is very much a divisional chaos pick. Because, I reflect, I know last year doesn't mean anything, but I reflect on some of those Panther-Falcon games and how they were high-scoring. I know I'm pretty sure they split the series because the Panthers stole one on a field goal or something like that. it just I got the feeling the spider senses are tingling. I can't explain it, but like
For what
I wouldn't say the Falcons win over the Vikings was impressive. Like Bijan Robinson looks fantastic, but other than that, I wasn't.
you could make arguments that Brian Flores had shit figured out more
Sure.
than anybody else on the Vikings team. But that being said, Drake London had one catch which was stripped
Yeah.
from him
Yeah.
through 3.5 quarters of that game, and that's
Yeah.
their best their best receiving threat. Although I have to yield to you on the Kyle Pitts take that you had preseason. It looks like this might have actually been Kyle Pitts' season.
Yeah. I'm disgusted. I have him in 0 leagues this year, and it's just because
You told
with
me.
the way
Told me, man.
it's just with the way I draft, he would have had to go for $1 because I don't save money for the end of the draft, and he did not go for $1.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't push back on this pick. I know it's only by. I know you're sitting there waffling right on the edge.
A little bit. Yeah.
I feel a lot the same. I feel a lot the same about this game. This is not one of those games like some of the ones that I've picked in the first 2 weeks where I'm gonna like burn you at the stake over it.
Yeah.
And to be fair, we have an official play on 5 of the first 6 games, which
Yeah.
I don't know what this usually spells just certain death for us when we have a lot of plays.
We're about to make up all the money we lost last week.
I love that
I'm
attitude.
gonna get it back.
This it could well be that. It could well be that. So we're playing the Panthers because 5.5 is just too many, and it's a back-to-back road. It's a back-to-back road situation for the Falcons too, which you never love. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not going to take this next one away from you. The revenge game? Question mark.
Rams Eagles. This is we got this one circled as one of the games of the week for sure.
Yeah.
Eagles favored by 3.5, over under 44.5. I've got the Eagles winning 18-17. You've got the Eagles winning 24-17. I feel a little bit of a slugfest coming on. I don't think that this is going to be a very high scoring affair, especially the way the Eagles offense has been playing. Both defenses are pretty stout. That 3.5 line is incorrect. Like, I don't think that these teams are that far apart. Like, I don't know where the fuck that is coming from. That line is like it. The Rams, like, if I wasn't an Eagles fan, I would 1,000% pick the Rams upset here, for sure.
The revenge angle from the divisional round last year was looming high in my head. The thing that drove me to just pick the Eagles by a touchdown here is that I need a reason to pick against the Eagles. I need them to slip up first before I feel like I can confidently pick against the Eagles.
Yeah.
Until that point, they are a buzzsaw until further notice. Unless they're playing like the Ravens or something like that, I can't pick against the Eagles. I can't do it. It's like picking against the Mahomes like 3 years ago. It's like, why would you do that?
Yeah, one thing I am hoping is that it does turn into a bit of a shootout, and I need confirmation that Jalen Hurts can still throw the football. You know what I'm saying? Like, we haven't seen it through 2 weeks, and there hasn't been a need to, right? Like, they're winning by doing this bullshit offense that they've got going on right now. That as a defender in the NFL, you must be fucking infuriated playing the Philadelphia Eagles, having to deal with just nonsense, tomfoolery of an offensive scheme, and you can't stop it. That must be fucking maddening.
It would be. The thing I'll say though is that I understand that Jalen Hurts has not been throwing the ball a whole bunch. He's not been a prolific passer so far this year, but they've been doing exactly what it takes to win the game.
Yes,
as safely
100%.
I think last year I heard them refer to like an anaconda, basically, where they just suffocate you and take away all your options. I see that same archetype emerging this particular
what's
year too.
Interesting. The style of offense they play, that is how I've always played Madden. I am a really boring Madden player. Like, a lot of people just like to air the ball out. I have always been a run first, run often, and maybe do some little play action, whatever. But like, I run the shit out of the football, and it's for that exact reason. I love being on the suffocating, like I love being the choker, if you will, the anaconda in that scenario or analogy. it is just so satisfying to just eat up a quarter, just running the ball down the defense's throat.
That's what I
Oh,
was
it
gonna.
just feels so fucking good,
So I was
bro.
gonna say, like, because the clock is always, I mean, the clock is always
Yes.
running when your
Oh
Saquon and
yeah.
Hurts are running back and forth, and you slip one
Just
throw in there here and there. A
just
short,
feeling,
easy, yeah.
bro. Just feeling the frustration build. Oh yeah, but yeah. So I think it should be a good game. I'm doing my best run impression here. I'm not optimistic about my boys, but we'll see how it goes.
I will not disrespect the Eagles until I've been given a reason to disrespect the Eagles.
Yeah.
That's where I'm coming from. I like gun to my head. I don't hate the Rams plus 3.5. It's just it's not the right number. It should be like 1.5 to two and a
Yeah,
half or something
for
like
sure.
that. So, okay, moving on. The New York Jets, which we don't know what to think about them. The New York Jets are traveling to Tampa, to Florida to play the Bucks. Bucks are favored at home by 7 points, and over under is 44.5. And no surprise here. We both have some pretty convincing wins here for Tampa Bay. I see no reason to believe that Tampa will flounder, especially after we just got done sort of crowning Baker Mayfield as a top quarterback as far as what he's doing to elevate his team single-handedly. How do you? I mean, is there a potential letdown angle here? Maybe, but against this Jets team, like,
No,
could
sir.
you argue that? Could you argue that a mid-tier team could be a letdown spot for them? Yes. The Jets look horrible, and I don't know. This might be one of
Yeah,
those
I
games
mean,
that, yeah. Go ahead.
there might be some element to the Jets of who are they for real. I'm not particularly worried about it myself. Baker is that guy. The Buccaneers as a football team are those guys. I this game is very uninteresting to me, and I'm sure when Sunday rolls around, it'll be one of the more interesting games on the slate, just because I'm writing it off, just like we wrote off Steelers Jets. But like on paper, I am not really going to be paying much attention to this game. I don't think. We'll see.
We shouldn't be. This should be Bucks roll.
Yeah.
Nothing. I mean,
But this next game, to me, I think is a lot more interesting. We've got Vegas traveling to DC to take on the Commanders. Commanders favored by 3.5, over under 44.5.
whoo.
I've
We
got the
have
Raiders winning this game.
we have a conversation to have here because the Jaden Daniels is questionable in this game, so
That's right.
that was weighing on my mind for what to do here. But
That's
go
right.
go ahead and
Yeah,
I don't hate your pick, and I debated it.
you've got Commanders 24-20. I've got Raiders 2010. Uh, I don't. I The Raiders have their flaws, obviously, but if the Commanders are not, if Jaden Daniels is not playing, even if he's not at 100%, like that offense, I think will grind to a halt. Like with I don't even know who is their backup right now.
Marcus Mariota is their backup.
Oh Jesus, yeah. This is an easy. And honestly, I need to get this bet in before more news comes in on Daniels, because yeah, like the Raiders, they're a complete team. Like they're not. I mean, I guess they're not showing great right now, but I believe in Geno. I think it's definitely more of a belief in Geno and the ability to make it past I don't want to say they're floundering, but a Commanders team with some question marks.
I don't hate your pick, and if Jaden Daniels is confirmed to be out, I would do that. I think what I was just trying to protect myself from was Jaden Daniels is suddenly becomes healthy again, and now I look like an actual clown. Um, so this was one of those tough ones. Get that bet in now. But my question would
Yeah,
be,
I'm
if
pulling up
Daniels is
DraftKings right
healthy,
now.
go ahead. If Daniels is healthy, like, are you going to regret that? That's the only question. And I don't think so, to be fair. I did debate on this. I did debate on this upset. A little
Yeah,
gun shy. I've been a little heavy-handed on the upsets, as we've talked about. So
there
I
you
think
go.
I'm
Scare
overreacting.
money don't make money, Ren.
I'm overreacting. There's value. Hey, I tell you what, there's value on these lines, even without picking
Yeah,
upsets. This is our first
yeah.
game that we've actually officially differed on. Let's talk about a game, however, that we're not going to differ on. The buzzsaw that is the Green Bay Packers is traveling to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Green Bay is favored on the road by 8.5 points, and the over/under is 41.5, and we are both going to take Green Bay here. There's no reason not to. They are, once again, kind of like the Eagles. Till I have a reason to fade them, I'm probably not going to, especially not in a situation like this. The Browns are not super coherent. They've got some good weapons. They've shown a couple flashes at different points, but they are not a coherent enough football team. The Packers are one of the most are suddenly out of nowhere a top 5 most complete team in the NFL, and they should take care of business in this game.
Yeah, Flacco's age is showing. Packers defense is glowing. What else do we need to talk about?
I don't think anything.
No, they're wheels up. Next game, another really interesting game for us to check out. We've got the Denver Broncos traveling to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. Chargers favored by 2.5, over under 45.5, and we are both taking the Chargers to win. I've got them winning 27-20 and has them winning 28-24. This is our division winner, baby. It's our division winner, baby.
Chargers are the division winner. They got to take care of business at home against a division rival. The Broncos have looked good, but they have not looked fully complete yet. There's a couple just kind of boneheaded mistake. Bo Nix looks like I'm not going to say he's not looking good, because I think he's still looking good, but he's making a few of those boneheaded mistakes characteristic of a sophomore quarterback. And so
young quarterback. Yeah.
Yep. And I think he'll settle into continuing to be an elite quarterback as we go forward. This game, they're going to be in over their heads. The Chargers are looking like a really complete team this year. Coming off of, go ahead.
One thing that does give me pause about that Chargers team, their run game sucks right now. And it's kind of weird for like a Jim Harbaugh team to not have a great run game. I'm sure throughout the course of the season, it'll be fine. I think if they want to be taken seriously in the playoffs, they got to get that figured out.
I would be shocked if they didn't. Right now, they're leaning on Omarion Hampton, and Najee seems to just kind of be the old dude who's on the team, the wise old man on the mountain kind of thing. That's not contributing a whole lot. And Hampton is having some growing pains. I think they did hand the ball to him like 3 times inside the 5-yard line on Monday night, and he didn't score. And it's like, I mean, at least you believe in him. You're going to give him his opportunities, but like you said, you got to figure that out. At some point, though, when you've got that kind of talent, it's kind of on the offensive line too. If it goes 0 for 3, right, to figure their shit out too. So, that'll be a good game though. I'm looking forward to following that one in the late slate. Here's I don't know if this is actually interesting. I was going to say it's a one of those that makes you double take maybe a little bit. However, the New Orleans Saints are traveling to Seattle. This is their first road game. The Saints are traveling to Seattle to take on Sam Darnold and the Seahawks. Seahawks are favored by 7.5 points, and the over-under is 41.5. And we are both taking the Seattle Seahawks. I've got 23-13. Kurtis has 20-17. So Kurtis has got this game a lot closer. I think we've seen the dumpster fire that the Saints are supposed to be, and I think that they will flounder in this game. Don't think Spencer Rattler's a good quarterback. Now they're playing on the road with an unfavorable crowd. I don't love the Seahawks this year. I don't love sort of their setup with Darnold at quarterback. Nor have I been super impressed with their defense coming up yet. So I think this game could be close, but the superior team should win here.
I agree. I'm just not sold on the Seahawks yet, which is why I have it so close. And the Saints have been scrappy, we'll say. So that's the rationale for me keeping it close. This is one where if the Saints were going to sneak one, this maybe should be the game or one of them, but we'll see. You got another team. You got to show it to me first. Get a win.
Yep. I think we need to see one for the Saints to actually pick them. And I know eventually they're not going to go over, but
I tried to pick them last week, but that we saw how that worked out.
Football. That the crystal ball was a little foggy for you.
It was, and the team that they lost to is hosting the Arizona Cardinals. They are favored by 1.5 points, over under 44.5 points, and we are both taking the Cardinals to beat the San Francisco 49ers. I've got a high-scoring affair, 30-27. You've got them winning 23-17. Wheels up, baby. We got we're picking the division winner.
This is the division winner. I mean, I think I actually took the 49ers, but Brock Purdy is out, and they did enough with Mac Jones at quarterback, but it was against the Saints. And the Cardinals, you know, they've also kind of shown that they're a little inconsistent, and they let the door open against the Carolina Panthers. So we'll see
Yeah.
what happens here. But I think that with Kyler Murray against Mac Jones, to me is, you got to go with the established guy who's been around for, several years. And I guess Mac Jones has been too, but this is a backup quarterback, and they've got injuries galore still. And
Yeah. I agree. I mean, that's my rationale. I mean, we got the injury, and I'm still sticking with my preseason biases. Cardinals are winning the division. In order to win the division, you have to win this game, and they're going to. It's going to be fun to watch, though.
Mathematically, that's not true. But
What you mean? No, what you mean? No, they got to win this one.
They don't have to win this one.
It's a psychological. You have to win this one.
You feel like you have to win this
Absolutely
one.
have to win this one.
This is the what is it? If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best kind of thing,
That's right.
So, but I don't know if they're necessarily the best right now, just because Brock Purdy's not in. But this will be interesting. I'm glad to see that we both have the same. Technically, it's an upset. The wrong team is favored here to me. The 49ers quarterback is injured. They shouldn't be favored in this game. They haven't. They've looked good, but not great. They shouldn't be favored. So, next game could be really interesting. This highly volatile outcome. The Dallas Cowboys are traveling to Soldier Field to play the Chicago Bears. The Bears are favored at home by 1.5 points, and the over/under is 49. And I do not see why the Bears are favored in this game. We both have, granted close, but we both have the Dallas Cowboys winning this game. I've got 24-23. Curtis is 28-27. Man, I am nervous about how lockstep we are in our picks this week, to be totally honest with you. But I haven't seen enough from the Bears yet, and the Cowboys just put up an absolute offensive shootout against the New York Giants, willing themselves to win that game when it was close. And even the week before, they were set up for failure against the Philadelphia Eagles, and they still looked pretty good in that game, in that Week 1 game. So the Bears, on the other hand, looking a little bit suspect.
Yeah,
so,
the only reason I kept this close is in the event that we, like you said, like we get another shootout, Cowboys Giants-esque type shootout where the Bears offense surprises to the upside. I'm optimistic for it. It feels like this could be one of those games where that shakes out, but I fully expect that Cowboys offense to take care of business. I mean, they're going to put up a lot of points this year. I think Dak's going to have a pretty good year. Like, they're going to need to throw the football a lot, all the time. I'm in lockstep with everything you said.
Yeah, I don't trust either of these defenses. Also, with what we've seen through a couple of weeks, so the outcome's pretty volatile. But the wrong team is favored here to me.
Yeah, 100%. Next game, Kansas City traveling to MetLife to take on the Giants. KC is favored by 5.5, over under 45.5. And you dirty dog. You dirty dog.
Yes. I knew that was it. I love it.
Fucking go. Hey, Ren and I synced up on this one, bro.
This is not good for us. I love this.
We both have the Giants beating these motherfucking Kansas City Chiefs. 24-23, 21-20. Let's fucking go, bro. Let's fucking go.
What is wrong with us?
I need this to happen.
We are 1 year removed. We are 1 year removed from a 15-win Chiefs team that made the Super Bowl.
We ain't talking about last year. We're talking about a implosion in slow motion Chiefs team of this year, sir. And it's glorious to watch.
Oh, man.
Because once they lose this game, guess what their prize is?
Who do they got
Baltimore.
Next? Bro, you're kidding. That's incredible. They're going to start 0-4 then, based on our logic.
It's an Arrowhead, but not great, Bob. That's
not the team you want to play. That's just not what you want. They're going to be feeling some urgency to win this game. Now, on the other hand, with what the Giants did last week and almost beating Dallas, like jaws of life, like really, really almost beat Dallas. And it wasn't that they played poorly and deserved to lose. They deserved to win. Dallas just played very slightly better. They believe. how do they not believe after that game?
Yeah,
And the Chiefs are on a spiral. They're on the beginning of a spiral, I think.
I think so. I mean, so Worthy might be back this game, but I don't like vibes. Not great in Kansas City, and this is a very perfect a culmination of oh shit, things might not be great. We might need to hit some kind of reset on the after this season. Kind of alarm bells might sound off after this game. I would love to see this upset. Ooh, it would make
I
me happy.
I just had this feeling that it was going to be what it
Of
was.
course.
This is my one out of pocket upset.
I
Like
know.
on
As soon
paper,
as you said it, I was like, oh yeah, I know. We are locked in. As soon as you said it, I knew. I was like, oh,
geez,
that's why that's my dog.
we are going to have some very interesting recap next week. We better hope this baby doesn't come early because we need a next week episode to recap all of this. This
Facts.
is the fact that we are this
Locked in,
lasered
bro.
in. Oh man, we either know shit or we really don't. Play the opposite. Don't play the opposite. We know what we're doing. Last game, and this could well be the game of the week. In fact, it probably
Yeah.
ought to be Monday Night
Yeah.
Football, coming to you from Baltimore, Maryland. The Baltimore Ravens are hosting Dan Campbell, Jared Goff, and your number one seed from last year, Detroit Lions. The Baltimore Ravens are favored by 4.5 points at home. Oops, I did that wrong. Baltimore is favored by 4.5 points, and the over/under is 51. We both have the Ravens winning at home by a field goal, so we both expect a pretty close game here. After both of these teams put up, well, the Lions put up a 50 burger last week. The Ravens have put up 40 points in both weeks. I'm not saying that they're going to do that again necessarily, but these are two high flying teams,
Yeah.
and buzzsaws against inferior teams. This is the unstoppable force, immovable object. Something's got to give. I'm giving it to the home team. The Ravens, I think, are more complete so far this year in
Yeah.
terms of what they're doing. But
Yeah. Quick aside, the Ravens opening schedule is crazy. Bills, Lions, Chiefs to open the season is wild. And they're probably going to come out of it 3-1. Or no, they'll be 2-2 because they lost to the Bills. No, yeah, this should be a great game. Derrick Henry's going to need to get right. 11 for 23 is not going to work
was not.
against
Is
the
he showing?
Lions.
Is he showing his age?
I'm going to guess it was more of a function of we're beating the shit out of the Browns and don't need to run our 30-year-old quarterback into the ground. It's unnecessary. But I don't know. I didn't watch the game, so I don't know what happened there. But that will need to be in place. I mean, Lamar is very much capable of handling things himself. Like, let's not get it twisted, but the Ravens are a better team when Derrick Henry is running for 180 something yards and 2 touchdowns, breaking off long runs every other play because he's Derrick fucking Henry, and the Ravens have a wonderful blocking scheme for him.
Yes, it's one of those that makes me think of the Eagles a little bit in that
Oh
situational
yeah,
game script. You didn't need him necessarily, and so you're doing exactly what you need to win. And so I agree. If you want Derrick Henry at age 30 or whatever he is now to be available for you in January when you'll no doubt be playing, you need to not break him. I am kind of bummed out though because my dynasty league did a parlay last week, and the only leg that didn't hit was Derrick Henry anytime touchdown. And
wow,
a Ravens team that scored 40 points, and that's the one leg that
that's
didn't hit.
that really hurts.
It does, and you'd be happy to know that my leg that I contributed was Eagles money line.
I am happy to know that. So
That felt like a risky play, and but it shouldn't have.
yeah, why? What do you
It
mean?
it it
The Super Bowl champs? That's a risky betting on
it
Super Bowl
feels
champions.
like taking a road team against Patrick Mahomes is just it's one of those things that like when you think about it from the other perspective. But I go every time I do one of those plays, I always go and consult our sheet. That's basically what I go and do.
The
What
road
do you?
team was they're Super Bowl champions. I'm trying to make it make sense
I didn't mean to
why.
squeeze. I didn't mean to squeeze the Philly obnoxiousness out of you on that
Gotcha.
one. That was an accident.
I
That was an
just
accident on my part. I paved the way for you to just gush Eagles, and I'm not okay with it. So let's
oh shit. Yeah,
let's move on.
what are our bets? Yeah.
Let's move on to our final. Well, here, let me actually before we do our final alter egos, let me just read off our official plays that we're going to be making this week. And boy, there are a lot of them. We are going to take, oh man, this is not going to feel good to read out loud. I'm going to do it anyways. We are taking the Bills minus 12.5 against the Dolphins. We are taking the Bengals +3 against the Vikings. We are taking the Patriots +1.5 against the Steelers. We are taking the Jacksonville Jaguars -1.5 against the Texans. We are taking the Carolina Panthers +5.5 against the Falcons. The Bucks -7 against the Jets. The Packers -8.5 against the Browns. We are taking the Cardinals +1.5 against the 49ers. We are taking the Cowboys +1.5 against the Bears. And we are taking the New York Football Giants +5.5 points against the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's crazy.
How's that sound? How's that sound to you?
That last one was nuts.
Let's fucking go. That's a Sunday night game. That's going to be a really fun one to follow.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
It's going to be a fun game to watch.
Oh man, national television getting potential for getting exposed like that. Ooh.
Yeah.
Mr. Oracle, would you like to go first or would you like to go second? Any preference?
I'll go first.
Let's do it.
I feel like these are slightly more down to earth than last week's, but I don't know. I cooked up a couple of that jumped out to me. So I've got I got a money line parlay and I got a spreads parlay. So we got the first is a nice little 3-legger, nothing crazy. You know, I hit a 3-legger last week. I think I can, let's try that again. Let's repeat the formula, what works. We got Raiders +3.5 against the Commanders. I already told you I don't like the Commanders, especially if Jaden Daniels doesn't play. Bengals +3.5 again.
Real quick, where's your hat? Because if you don't wear the hat, that's not going to hit.
Yeah, damn, my bad. Oh, I don't even know who was talking right there. The Oracle is back,
I was
baby.
Confused.
Oracle is back. We got Raiders +3.5 over the Commanders. Bengals +3.5 over the Vikings. We discussed. I like that Jake Browning kid. And I put this in there because I'm trying to be unbiased. Rams +3.5 over the Eagles. It pained me to put that in there, but it felt right.
That's where the Oracle shines, to be fair. The gift of sight. The gift of sight lets you see through the Eagles' bias.
And then the money line parlay, we got the Carolina Panthers beating the Falcons, and the Patriots are going to go ahead and put in some work on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I feel pretty good about those two parlays there. I think those will work out nicely, right? Right.
To be honest with you, I really like these. Your parlay last week was horrid, but this is nice. This is nice. Even you acknowledged it.
Last week, like even when I was typing it out, I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I need to go take a shower after that, bro. Like, oh,
yeah, little grimy coming out of the keyboard there.
Okay, let's reel it in a little bit.
I love it.
But
the scholar
will
now, well, with my headphones on, it doesn't look quite as intimidating, but the scholar is going to wrap us up here.
Pause. Timeout. I know you did not just put on that hat and talk about I'm trying to look intimidating wearing the scholar hat.
You're right. What? That's not the right word.
My goodness.
All I'm trying to do is look educated, and I'm trying to look educated, not intimidating. And I do not look educated at the moment. However, last week we hit a 3-team 6-point teaser that I gave out to you. This week I'm going to give out 4 teaser legs. And by the way, I identified 7 on this week's slate that look tantalizing, but I decided we need to whittle this down. We need some consensus here to try to find the traps, because not all 7 of them are going to hit. So here are the 4 that I found that are probably not traps. Packers -2.5 in Cleveland. They should win that game, and they should. Typically when you win the game, it's by a field goal or more. Packers -2.5. The Seahawks are going to beat the Saints. Seahawks down to -1.5 at home against Spencer fucking Rattler. Come on, figure it out. The Cowboys should be favored against the Bears. They're not, but because they're not favored, I can take them all the way up to +7.5. Cowboys to keep it close. And lastly, the Cardinals +7.5 again, they're not favored. I think they should be against the 49ers. So Cardinals to keep it close. The way I've been doing these is I've been doing 3 teams together. So what I actually did was this is 4 combinations. You just drop one team out on each one. And the reason I do that is because I believe, if I've done the math right, that the odds are still in your favor, actually. DraftKings took away the minus 120 on the 2-team teasers. That becomes not profitable anymore. So the 3 combo seems to still be profitable. And I'm 2 for 3 on those so far this year. So
yeah,
scholar out.
Yeah, I like all those. The Seahawks one makes me a little nervous, but I'm not going to push back too hard on a Spencer Rattler argument.
I was going to say you have to respect Spencer Rattler to feel that way, and I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Or a 31-year-old Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, nah, I'll yield on that
one. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, it's been a good episode. We're gonna have a lot of interesting stuff to talk about next week. Any last thoughts?
Good luck.
Yeah, I know. Good luck.
May the odds be in our favor. Hopefully all this shit pans out so we can make a bunch of money this week.
Absolutely. We're putting a lot on the line. So good luck to all of you this week. Better luck to us. And for our next trick, tune in next week and we'll recap all of these. Reminder to leave us a review. For Kurtis Pinkney, the Oracle, I am Ren Smith, the Scholar. Thank you all for being a part of Football Clowns Anonymous, and we hope to see you again at our circus sometime soon.